Yay. Hi, everybody. It's been a while.
Oh my god, it has.
It's been a while. Welcome to Rise of Tiamat. Let me remember all the things I'm supposed to say because we had the holidays off,
Yes.
and then we took a week off of streaming because safety. Because Backstreet Boys reunion tour was a bit of a nightmare for some people.
Yeah.
So, I'm glad everything's okay now. Yay. So, anyway, I guess we're playing D&D today. And I will be running Rise of Tiamat, which is part of the Tyranny of Dragons campaign published by Wizards of the Coast. See my beautiful modules right there. Oh, don't look at that one.
Oh.
This one's not important at all. Don't worry about it.
That
won't...
says that.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Anyway, hi, I'm Vic, and I will be your DM today. Or do we have any cool announcements to...
Other than it's MLK Day, which should be something really important and not...
Hey, that's a thing.
Yeah, go people's rights.
People's rights. Yeah. People should have them. That's a thing. Yeah. Hey, Lynn, you've got something.
Yes, I have a Patreon. It is actually linked below.
Nice.
I do character art for D&D, like NPCs, Pathfinder. So I just make NPCs. Depending on your tier, you get a portrait, half or full body of a D&D NPC that you can use on streams or whatever. And you also get tokens of them as well. So, yay.
The link is actually down below. If you go look at the Holy Bro NPC Patreon.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So easy. Ease of access.
Yeah. I should clarify, is it Holy Bro 1 word or 2 words?
It's 1 word.
Cool, let me edit that real quick because I knew it looked weird.
It's fine, it's fine.
Nope, changing it right out.
Letters are stupid.
This is so dumb.
Who needs to spell stuff? Anyway, so yeah, go check out Lynn's Patreon and go get amazing, cool NPC content.
Yes.
So, and as always, all of our other links are down below. While you're down there checking everything out, there's merch stores. There's like a link to like a webcomic that's somewhere on the internet. You know, all that cool stuff. So with that, and I'm just gonna give the housekeeping announcement because my dog just did something weird. Housekeeping announcement that hey, we have pets. You'll sometimes hear them voicing their opinions in the background. So
or singing the song of their people.
So this is your headphone warning right now, as my dog stares very intently at the door, and I'm stressed for him. Don't. And also, we have a Tabby, but she is without a PC right now, so she is screen sharing with me. Don't read my notes.
I'm going to probably be focused on my phone on my D&D Beyond because it's on such a small freaking screen.
Good luck with that. So, well, I guess with that, let's go ahead and do character introductions. So, hey, Jesus, who are you playing?
What? Hi, is me. Hey, guys, I am playing Tarsius Chadington. I am a Minotaur. I actually, fun fact about Tarsius, when he was in gentleman school, he didn't really try out for the wrestling league. He kind of was just pushed into by his coaches, but he really just wanted to go write poetry and like paint minis. Yeah, he didn't really have the heart in it for it, but he had fun.
Oh. What a good boy. Hey, Tabby, who are you playing?
Hi, everybody. I'm Tabatha. I will be playing... Hi, everybody. I'm Tabatha. I will be playing Patience, the Tiefling Sorcerer / Ranger.
Good job. Yes? Fun fact for Patience?
I can't think of one off the top of my head today.
Okay, that's fair. Don't have to have one right off the cuff. Cuff. Sure. Hey, Jeremiah, who are you playing?
I am playing Cordelia Chadington, the other multi-class character here, who is a fighter rogue. I am an uncursed Medusa fighter rogue.
Nice. Any fun facts about Cordelia?
Fun fact for Cordelia is she doesn't know what fun facts are. So she's kind of confused about it.
Well, Cordelia, I think you should go check out Uncle West's bar, and he's got this drink called Snapple. That he's got some. That's his primary source of education right now.
Did you know?
Did you know? Hey, Lynn, who are you playing?
I'm playing Sir Greyson Tataric of the Tataric estate, and he is a human noble conjuration wizard and father of 4.
That's right. It is now 4. Right. Any fun fact, or is the father of 4 the fun fact?
Okay. Fun fact. I bought him a specific set of dice when I went to Gen Con, and I spent way too much money on them solely because he is a noble. I don't even use them to play because I'm terrified to break them.
You knew he would be insulted otherwise.
Exactly. You're just supposed to have it. You're not actually supposed to use them.
It's decoration, darling.
The collectibles.
You know.
Hey, Sydney, who are you playing today? Oh, you're muted.
Sorry, background noise. Hi, I'm Sydney. I'm playing Nicodemus D. Hawkins, a human fighter who is a good boy who is in this to do some learning here, and then hopefully he's gonna get some help on his journey for knowledge, because he once had a hill giant throw a whole boulder at him. So
that's a fun fact.
He just has questions.
Where did you get the boulder?
First question, why?
Like, why are you holding it like that? Are you gonna... Oh.
Time to run. Okay. All right, so if we're ready to play, let's go ahead and roll that beautiful, beautiful intro. We weren't talking about expensive calligraphy sets. Anyway, hey, so if anybody for a inspiration point, if you do not have one already, do your best to sum up what happened last time.
I just remember
Politics.
I remember the creepy lady in Phoebe's room. Oh yeah, we talked to dragons.
Politics.
Yeah, Greyson learned that his dad was a dragon slayer.
Yep.
That was a dragon slayer. We went to talk to giants and dragons. They're not trying to do anything. Some are. We're learning
politics.
Different types. I mean, we can sum it up by just saying politics. Yeah, sure.
I don't know if dragon slayer was the term used, but
Hey, the dragon.
He's
Gregor.
slay. Did you see that outfit?
Freaking politics.
Politics. Learning family histories. Learning that there was a specific sword that was taken from a dragon's hoard by
I should probably look
Grayson's
at fucking
grandfather.
Well, there was something taken, the hide or something taken by a dwarf of a dragon?
Yes. So there was. So you guys attended the draconic council meeting, which is like something that doesn't happen very often. Only in times of great distress throughout the realms, whenever the dragons feel that this is a threat that is worthy of their acknowledgement.
Can I read to you my 3 first notations on my notes from last game?
Absolutely.
First little notation: kicked out of tent. Prep for dragon meeting.
Screw you guys.
Dragon view people as fish. We are not important.
Those are very excellent notes.
Yeah.
You're
The
so
names of the dragons.
correct.
Perfect.
So yes, you attended. Jamal took you to this meeting. You tried to plead your case to these dragons as they all kind of talked around you, over you, and you heard a lot of opinions that you didn't quite agree with. Some that might have just downright insulted you. One such dragon, a silver dragon, who we shorthand call Okari, because they have a very long name. They said that they would only be willing to join causes with the humankind races at Waterdeep if one of the council members, the Dwarven Ambassador Braun Anvil, would return the armor that was made out of Okari's fallen kin that was slain during a dwarven hunting game. You also, so along with Okari, you also had Jamal's old mentor, a ancient copper dragon. So I'm trying to get my notes to scroll. She, yes?
Is that Taz?
Yes.
Okay.
Taz McKella. She, you found, is very fond of humans. She, in a way, thinks they're, cute and fascinating and just so much fun to walk amongst, unnoticed, and just, observing how mortals kind of treat day-to-day life. She had a run-in with a specific dragon slayer that had the last name Tataric, and after spending some time with that Tataric, he left with a treasure from her hoard. That being a sword specifically meant for slaying dragons. After kind of Hawk, you spoke with the giants, Blagothkis, and then Hulda, and oh god, where's the name? I'm trying to get my thing to scroll, and it does not want to scroll. I think Wildorf was the other one. I'm trying to get all of my notes just right there. I believe it was Wildorf and Hulda. Wigloff. That's his name. Wigloff and Hulda. They, two stone giants, two partnered stone giants that were attending this meeting with Blagothkis. They spoke with you about how they felt like there wasn't going to ever really be a agreement met because everybody kind of has demands that seem a little impossible, or just not important enough to be met. The dragons are only willing to side with the giants and break their eons-long war with each other. They're only willing to break that if at least one important member from each giant race comes forward to broker a truce with these dragons.
I'm scared of that person.
And there is one specific giant, a frost giant, that they said refused to attend this meeting by the name of Yokul. Others that have refused to attend have been the hill giants, as they... It's kind of difficult to try to explain to a hill giant what and all is happening, as they're kind of more in the present moment, if anything, than thinking big picture. And as for fire giants, it's not really... There's not really any around that have been found at the moment. So, after this very lively and helpful meeting, you all are kind of taken back to Waterdeep. You arrive in the early evening, as Jamal says he'll catch up with y'all as you all kind of go in, following Greyson to his chateau within the city, as he sees his family. And as he's about to say goodnight to his youngest, Phoebus, he sees what looks to be his sister sitting in the bedroom, singing to him softly as she pets his hair. But as he was just about to enter, Gala exits the opposite room. And that's when he realized that was not a good thing that was in there. Once it was mysteriously vanished, you kind of collected all your children, you collected everyone, and you said, let's get the fuck out of here. And you all went to your dad's house. So that's where we're going to be picking up.
Oh boy.
So let me change the music.
Are we at Tabin's house?
Yeah, so we ended right as you arrived. As you arrived at Tabin's house.
Knock, knock, dad. Knock, knock, dad. Knock, knock, dad.
As you had sent message ahead to let him know that you were coming, the door opens, and the first person to greet you is this very large, 7 foot tall, blue, tiefling-looking man. As you see Zevers
immediately just moves right past.
All right, shit. Well, howdy to you. Nice to see you again. How are you doing? How are the kids? Just kind of looks at all of you, just like, all right, get in here. As Zevers just kind of like moves aside to, usher everyone in, closes the door, locks it behind him.
Where is my dad?
He's in the he just... What is sitting room? Whatever.
Okay, good. I'm assuming he's holding Phoebus. He's gonna put Phoebus down.
Okay.
Or just hand him off to Zephyr and be like, hold this.
You mean Zevers?
Zephyr! I'm sorry, Zephyr's been on my brain.
I know, me too.
They don't have Z names.
Telling you.
Zephyr. Hand him off to Zephyr.
Okay, he just takes him, just like holds him like,
And Gray will walk over to the study.
Okay, as you walk into the study, for everyone else, Zevers kind of takes you into the sitting room. There's already tea prepared, as there is a footman pouring out cups for everybody. And you are all offered a nice, warm cup of tea. As Greyson, you go to the study, you find your father there, just starting to kind of like loosen his cravat and just kind of shrugging out of his riding leathers.
He's gonna close the door behind him.
Yeah.
Sorry for the late notice.
As he kind of turns to face you, and you can see he's already kind of like undoing the cuffs on his sleeve. Just, I was going to send word that you were that I was back in town, but apparently, what happened exactly?
Well, to be honest, I would have come here anyway, whether you were here or not. I know where the key is.
Fair enough.
Someone was in our home.
someone was it. Greyson, I mean, you're a very accomplished spellcaster, and we've seen your husband. Why would someone being in your home scare you?
Have you met my mother? You know what?
You didn't.
Right?
Oh, okay. You did not specify who.
I don't know if it was her or not, but someone was in my home. Someone, who shouldn't have been there. I thought it was Gala. It was not. Who else do we know?
Okay. All right. What do you want done about it?
Need you to take the kids for a bit while we go and sort some things out.
Right now? Are you going to go look for her right
next week. We'll pencil it in on my schedule. Yes, now. Just brought them over for fun.
Oh, God. Fine. All right, is there anything I can do to help besides, babysit your spawn?
My spawn.
Well, you're just handing them off to me and not expecting me to go looking for my wife.
Of course. I mean, you weren't in my life at all. You might as well be in your grandchildren's.
He just kind of like holds his hands out. You make your point clear.
Good.
So, again, what is the plan?
Need to get a ship, and gotta go figure out what's going on. Cult that, she's a part of, is not, we need to fix that.
Of course. What do you plan to do? I mean, you say you're getting a ship, you're going places, but what are you doing, Greyson?
I don't want to tell you what I'm doing, just in case she does get a hold of your brain.
Alright. That's fine. I mean, I would assume that you would have a little more faith in me and... Oop.
Nope.
Phoebus yells from the next room. Ah! Daddy!
Daddy!
He's still going. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Alright, so with y'all, as you're all kind of sitting in the living room, you're all given tea, biscuits, and as a footman just kind of like attends to your needs, as Zevers just kind of sits there. He has like Phoebus on a knees. He's just kind of like bouncing him up and down. It's like, so how are y'all? Hi, that's mighty rude of me. Hi, I'm Zevers. I don't think I met any of you at all. See, last time Greyson was kind of running around with a different crew, but I guess people come and go.
Is there a couch?
Yeah, you're kind of like all like crammed on like a couch and like a few various like sitting chairs. There's like a chase also by the fireplace.
Okay, if there's a chair, it's just the way how I imagine Patience is laying on this.
Okay.
She's sitting on it, but she's kind of like, I'm not gonna do it because...
Okay.
But it's basically like she's laying down this way, but her feet are up this.
Okay, so you're sitting like upside down on the chair.
Yeah.
Got it.
She's just looking at Zephyrus. Why is your skin blue?
Well, apparently I was told that my mom always said that when I was born, I screamed so loud I turned blue.
That can happen?
Apparently.
Makes sense to me.
If you're going to attempt it, please don't do that inside.
Tarsius is
Yeah,
looking
no.
at his teacup, not trying to look at the intense conversation in the other side of the room where Greyson was yelling at his dad.
I mean, it's in the study, like off to the side. Like you can hear the muffled conversation, but like nothing's really being picked up as Greyson closed the door behind him. So this is an entirely private conversation.
Okay. that he's not awkward.
Is it like a tea service? Like, is there like
Yeah, there's a full
sugar
tea
and-
service. Yeah, there's sugar, there's creamer, there's like a little like 3-tiered stand where you got your like snacks.
Hawk is
And,
probably
like you're all sitting in this sitting room, and like you were sitting in Greyson's just like moments ago, and you're like, wow, this is pretty ritzy. But then now you're sitting here and you're like, I'm afraid to breathe or touch anything. This is like classy.
Meanwhile, you have this child that's sitting.
Like you've got like dark. It's like dark like painted walls with like gold trim along like gold like crown molding, like all this stuff. Dark furniture.
Yeah, Hawk is probably seeing was like he made that comment to Patience, but he's probably sitting there like delicately holding whatever tiny teacup he's been handed. And like he has probably sat there with this teacup and put about 6 cubes of sugar in it. It's just sitting there stirring it because it's not dissolving.
Stirring, you're just like terrified of clanking the inside of the of the teacup. Because as you're holding this, you're like, yeah, you've held you've held teacups before, but like now that you're like sitting here holding this, you're like, you're very certain this is porcelain.
Very delicate.
Like, oh, that's what porcelain feels like. Why is it so light?
Cordelia's just holding the teacup like that, and then ding, pinky.
Pinky out.
Yep.
Tarsius is
Pinky
doing the
out.
same, but he's gonna introduce himself. Like, hello, Tarsius. And then
Nice to meet you. He holds a hand out to you, and he shakes it. And he's got like a real strong grip. And when you hold onto his hand, like you can feel like the rough, like calloused hands of like a guy who's been swinging a sword for a while.
Understood.
Yeah, and also you can, you see Cordelia in battle garb, sword, shield in her back, but she's sitting very proper,
very delicate and proper.
very ladylike
She's just,
kind of right now because
your ankles are close together. They're just the right 45-degree angle.
It's very fancy in here, so she was like, "Oh, I should act
time to be proper."
appropriately."
As like I'm walking around the room, I'm gonna look at a painting or something and be like, Cordelia, we were told that this was the only one. It's also at Chadington's. We were lied to. That artist. Oh yes, this is my comfort zone of I grew up in these type of environments.
It's like
there's like things to look at. Like there's like paintings on the wall. You've got like some like nice vases off to the side with like some floral arrangements.
She'll look at that painting. We're like, it's Stoon all over again.
This Gala is kind of leaning against the wall, like kind of like a little ways away from y'all in the sitting room, and she's like, "Yes, that's actually the original copy. They had another one made in its place because they were too embarrassed to admit that one was stolen from under their nose."
Interesting. Take a sip, like,
I gotta know.
it's like conversation.
Go look like that. We're like, but we were told that the original was
destroyed in a fire.
And then she'll just stop. And
Does he have a framed picture of the wanted poster?
Oh, that's a study.
It's framed. It has a light beaming to it. it's
actually that picture's in Zeverus's room.
Makes sense.
So
That scoundrel.
yeah, that's scoundrel. So Greyson, as as Tabitha says, it's like, I would assume that I could be a little more trusted. I thought I had a pretty good contingency plan since she killed me.
I have so many things I could say of how wrong you are, but you know what? I'll just keep that to myself.
Look, I am well aware of the mistakes I've made. Don't have to keep waving them in my face. I'm trying to fix this.
Ow.
Oh, now you ask how. Now you're actually going to trust me with some input. Right. He's going to go over to where he just kind of dropped his coat on the chair, and he's going to reach into like an inner pocket, and he's going to pull out like some folded letters with some wax seals on them, and he's going to kind of hold them up to you. I've been working.
Rhetorical question. He's just gonna go zoop.
All right, Greyson, as you start to peruse through those, you find you find 2 letters. One of them is, it looks like it's more, it's written on a very thick piece of what feels like paper, and the wax seal is it's like it has no sigil, but it's just this very uncomfortable shade of red. Like, it's dark to the point of it looks like oxidizing blood. As you that one's already open, so you kind of flip it open, and you see that it's a letter that is written in a very sharp script. As it essentially reads that a deal has been struck between the Magpie and an emissary of Thay. And it details the meeting point and the time that they will be arriving within Waterdeep to discuss the exiled clan of red wizards that have joined the Cult of the Dragon.
Is Thay the deity?
Thay, the country. The second one is, it feels more like parchment than the last paper did. And it has a blue wax seal on it. Let me read that note to you. You don't know me, but we can help each other immeasurably. My name is Iskander, and I made a terrible mistake in joining the Cult of the Dragon. The cult's horrifying plans are sure to bring doom to all, but I can stop those plans with your help. Rescue me from the cult's clutches, and I will deliver to you the prize of prizes, the Blue Dragon Mask. Without it, Severin faces an insurmountable setback in his effort to call Tiamat back to our world. The mask is here in Zonthal's tower, being studied and guarded by only a handful of wizards, including myself. The danger of my treason becoming known grows with every passing day, and if I'm discovered, I'll surely be killed. Please hurry for the sake of everyone and everything you value.
Greyson just, refolds the letters and looks at his father and is like, you believe this?
Well, do you have anything else? I'm very thorough now with my sources, and I was going to scout out that tower.
I do it on your behalf.
Well, if that's what you wish. I mean,
I
what
don't
have you...
wish it, but I need someone to watch the kids.
And what of your mother? If it was, your mother that was in your home, that means she's skulking about somewhere in Waterdeep.
Yes. I can't take them with me. I know you have precautions here to make sure she doesn't show up.
Well, right you are there.
Like that.
As for the
down the hall.
As for that second letter, I reached out to some contacts in Thay, and we're trying to discuss what it is your mother is doing with these exiled wizards.
They addressed you as the Magpie. Do they know who you are?
They don't know who I am, but they do know of the Magpie. They think, I have some hunches, and I really hope that I'm wrong on this. But I feel that this exiled group, they're trying to... they're trying to overthrow the current leader of the wizards that's within Thay, and they're hoping to have a strong enough patron to do it.
I'll look into it, I suppose.
Yes, they should be arriving, within, it might, I think, like about a month or so. So that might, we'll have to sit on that one for a bit. As for the tower, I say if you need to, make haste there and start preparing.
And you know it's not a trap?
That's the thing, I don't know.
It sure sounds like a trap.
Well, you said you would go check it out for me, so have fun figuring out if it's a trap. Otherwise, I could just send your sister.
Send her. Don't give her more stuff to do.
Well, how about we discuss it with the rest of your colleagues? This is a new group you're running with. It's interesting.
Yes, great.
Where's Ophelia? I haven't seen her in a while.
I don't know. I think her and her bodyguard ran off. You should know all about that.
Alright, enough japes. Get the fuck out there. Just gonna go to the door and open it for you.
He'll walk out.
There he is. He leads you, Greyson and Tabin rejoin you all in the sitting room. As he kind of just walks, he doesn't sit down with y'all, but he just kind of walks and just stands close to the fireplace with just his arms kind of tucked behind his back as he observes you all. It's I apologize for not greeting you sooner. I am Lord Tataric, well, former Lord of the Tataric estate. Welcome to my humble little hideaway.
Gonna go greet him. Hello.
Okay.
Tarsius.
Gray's gonna go stand next to his sister and just lean against the wall and just pfft.
Okay. Grayson, make me a perception. 17. You kind of notice that as you kind of go to kind of stand with your sister and kind of have a small conversation with her, you kind of glance over, you're just a fatherly instinct, glance over to your children just to make sure that they're okay. As Sybil just kind of sits tucked against Dis as he's just sitting on the end of the chair. Phoebus is just being bounced on Zebrus's knee, looking, more or less content that he's getting attention. But Xavier, you notice, is just kind of on the far end of the room, just kind of pressed against the wall, looking out a window, just very nervously, as his whole body is just rigid.
Can I do a quick little detect thoughts?
Sure. You can do that.
Needs to make a wisdom save of... Oh, wait, I don't have to. I'm not going that deep.
Unless you're probing deeper, he does not. You're going to get surface thoughts. So,
That's good.
you are immediately kind of brushed with a sense of rising panic. It feels like a bubble that's just kind of reaching its point of tension, and it's about to just kind of burst on itself as you feel kind of this anxiety just welling up within this kid.
He'll walk over to him.
Okay. He's just very still, just very you can, as you walk closer, you can see he's kind of hugging his arms, and that his nails are kind of digging into his arms to kind of hold himself.
You're all right.
Just kind of takes a quick breath. I'm not.
What's up?
How can you? He just kind of looks at you. He's what? How can you act so okay right now?
Trust me, I'm not.
I'm really not okay with this. I mean, what did you see? Like, can you at least tell me what's going on? Because I'm just going to be sitting here, going through every possible thought in my head until I break something.
With the current state of, grandmother and me having to leave again, I thought it would be best if everyone stayed here to keep safe.
So you're just gonna run off and go do something that is a problem that I caused.
You didn't cause anything.
I mean, I feel like I'm the reason why all of this is happening. Because if I didn't, run away from home and go be stupid, then you wouldn't be out here having to chase her down.
If you want to be, to be honest, it started way before you were even born. All of this did. And he's gonna lean into Xavier and be like, if you really want to, you can also say it's his fault. And he's gonna nudge over to Tavin. Wouldn't have been, he probably wouldn't have gone crazy in the cult and the whole thing. But honestly, it was all before that. You just got caught in the crossfire.
So he kind of looks over at Tab and he's like, I can't do that. I can't do that.
Well, we can always blame your grandmother's mother. Let's do that. I heard she was not nice.
Okay. I don't know who that is, but...
Good. Listen. Going to be fine. You did not do anything. You did not cause my mother's insanity. You didn't do any of this cult stuff. You didn't do anything wrong. Okay?
Roll me a persuasion, Greyson.
He's good at persuasion. Come on, buddy.
An 18?
18.
Okay. As Zevi kind of looks like he wants to, snap back with something, but he just kind of instead just takes a breath as he thinks on your words. Just lets out a shaky sigh, just okay. Just everything's gonna be okay, right? This whole cult thing, your mom and this Tiamat shit, it's all gonna be okay, right?
Of course.
Because I made a promise to Janva that I wouldn't, fight anymore. I would just kind of, stay on the side and just do what I want to do. But I'm just scared that I'm not doing enough.
Your job right now to relax. You've been through enough. You've seen more fighting and drama than any veteran soldier.
Okay.
You're
just
gonna
kind
hug him.
of...
Just gonna hold on to him.
As you hold on to him, you can just kind of feel the tension just kind of slowly leave him as he just kind of wraps his arms around you and just pulls you into a really tight hug that you feel like is going to realign your spine for a minute.
All good. He's gonna hug him back. Just hold him, and then he's gonna just kind of rock him a bit.
Okay. Alright, so as you do that, what is everybody else doing?
I guess
Patience is... Oh no, continue.
No,
continue.
I'm just gonna say I was
Patience.
gonna introduce myself to the other guy. But yeah, no, what's up?
She's gonna try to convince somebody to literally take a sugar cube and try to make it into her mouth.
Just anyone?
Yeah, it's probably, yeah, it's Hawk, yeah. Throw a sugar cube into my mouth.
Do it through the screen.
I can't hear you.
Oh, do it through the screen.
Sydney, I can't hear
Yeah,
you.
just throw it through the screen.
Sorry. Yeah, right. Okay, here. Look. Do I don't have white dice. This one's full of sprinkles. Here. It'd be like, as Hawk has put like the 12th cube of sugar in his tea.
Oh my god.
God.
Oh, buddy.
He's nervous. He's gonna like pick one of them up with the little tong things, and like decide whether or not he thinks he can let it go correctly with the tongs, or if he should just, or he's sitting there in the middle of a dome, like, is it proper to touch it with my hands? Am I allowed, like? And he just gives up.
And
Do it, you coward.
Without making eye contact with any of the people hosting them.
As
Because
Patience
he feels like he should not be doing this.
as Patience calls you a coward to your face for not doing
Do
it.
it, you coward.
Now he's just gonna like sit there and like flick it at her.
Alright.
Like right at her forehead.
Roll me a dexterity, Hawk.
Do I need to roll?
Uh,
She's gonna try to eat it.
I'm gonna see first if he's gonna hit.
Okay.
That was a waste of a good roll. Okay.
What'd you get?
That was 22.
Okay, Patience, if you want to roll a... Let's just call it a dexterity. Straight dexterity.
Straight dexterity.
Straight dexterity.
Oh God.
See if you can catch it to your mouth.
Oh wow. I forget. I actually have decent dexterity. That's a 13.
13? I'll say you're sitting close enough that it's not a... it's not a miraculous feat to do
Yeah.
it, so... As you kind of like flick it with the full intent to bean her on, like right between the eyes with it, Hawk, she just kind of like rears back and just catches it in her mouth.
Woo!
As you get a little tiny polite clap from Phoebus, who's just sitting on Severus's lap.
He's gonna look at Thebes and be like, would you like a sugar cube too?
Can I have one? Please.
And Hawk won't throw it at Thebes.
He's just like
take
little
thing
tiny grabby hands.
to chew it really well. Please don't choke on this.
So he just takes the whole thing
And
and shoves it in his mouth. It's like he looks so cute and like polite as he's like holding his hands out, like ready to receive this gift. And the second that you just barely place it in his palm, he just shoves it right in his mouth.
Like the gremlin he is.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Tavin just kind of gives a small sigh. So, Tarsius, you said you were going to introduce yourself to the man of the house?
Yeah, like, hello, Tarsius, Chadington, nice to meet you. And stand up straight, proper handshake, firm.
He'll extend his hand. He'll extend his hand and give you a nice, firm handshake as well. Just like, pleasure to meet you. Chadington, you say?
Yes, we
Didn't know. Not know Chadwick had any children.
Well, we're adopted, me and my sister.
Yes, Lord Chadington and Greyson go way back, actually. Went to the same school, actually.
Oh, did they? I was history, genuinely, oh, that's so cool. You guys are like family now.
Yes, isn't that right, Greyson?
Are you guys
You
super
wanna-
good friends?
Grayson's still holding on to his son, and he's like petting his hair, and he just goes, Chadington was quite something.
Yes, he's good at talking, and he's great at everything he does. He's a real inspiration.
I'm actually
Grayson
curious
gags
how
a
he.
little bit.
I'm actually really curious how father was back when he was younger. If he was still the same as of now.
He told
He
me
hasn't
was
changed a bit.
Talks a lot.
Talks a lot. Great adventurer. Kind of afraid of people hitting him in the face.
I don't
Cordelia.
know. I don't know about the adventuring part, but yeah.
I will say, Cordelia, Tarsius, roll me an insight.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good roll, actually. Oh, +6. 21.
Well, I got a 14.
Okay, I'll say Cordelia. So Tarsius, you kind of see Tam and just kind of like nod, just very politely. Cordelia, you can see that he's just fighting back like a laugh. It's like
over the bighorns.
Yeah, that's seems about right. So, not to pry, but here I go prying. Which of you is to inherit his estate first?
I mean, Uncle West is technically the brother.
Yeah, that's true. He's
So
adopted brother.
Yes, but you're his children, so technically the birthright goes to one of you.
well, technically, Tarsius is the older brother.
Nope. Pass it on to you. Just immediate. Nope. Not doing that
Nope.
shit.
I guess so.
Well, I suppose you have some years before it's a dire discussion to have. So, and enjoy your youth while you can.
Okay.
I guess I'm better in politics anyway. That's where I went to school. I didn't go to gentleman's school, as you would see. I did go to learn a lot of politics and battle strategy and how to interrogate people.
All useful skills that no doubt will make you quite deadly in
I got
court.
a gold star once for painting a really nice ship.
It's just kind of
I'm very proud of that.
nah. Just like, well, I suppose he kind of like looks at the clock on the wall and just like, I suppose it's getting to the late hours. There are rooms if you wish to retire here.
Okay.
I myself will need to retire since I literally just got back home.
Patience is falling asleep on the chair, I won't lie.
Patience is falling asleep on the chair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hawk will chalk another sugar cube at her.
She's hanging out of her mouth as she's like.
Yeah. As Greyson, your children, Phoebus gives like this really big yawn and just says, Are we staying tonight or are we going home?
You'll be staying for a couple days.
Okay. So he just kind of like holds his arms out to you, and he's like his eyes are already like drooping with sleep. It's just kind of like hands out for uppies.
Aww.
Gray will give Xavier a kiss on the forehead and then walk over and pick up Phoebe.
Yep. So you just heave him up into your arms. Are we all sleeping in the same bedroom, or do I get my own? One more time?
He's gonna tell Phoebe that Phoebe's gonna be staying with them. Like, in the same room. Xavier and Sybil, you can choose to stay with us or go in your own rooms.
As they kind of, Sybil just kind of like leans into distance. She's like, no, I want to sleep with you.
Alright. Xavier?
I don't want to put anyone out of a room, so I'll stay with you.
No, it's not that big of a deal.
This
house has like 6 rooms.
Dad, I want.
Okay.
Okay. And it's just like, all right, fucking tired. Let's go to bed.
Picks up Sybil like.
Yeah, just picks up Sybil, just like kind of like tucks her under his arm like a sack. As he just kind of like waves an arm over to his. It's like, all right, oldest over here, let's go. As he kind of like shuffles them off to the bedroom. As Tabin kind of like gives you all a proper bow. It's like, my footman will show you to your rooms. There's, as my son said, you're not putting us out. There's more than enough.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right. Yes, you're welcome. And I bid you all a good night. And he will kind of adjust his sleeves and walk out.
Yeah, Cordelia's gonna do a little polite bow. She's gonna stand up and do a courtesy bow.
Yep. Okay. Great. As the footman will kind of lead you to your rooms. Greyson, you said something?
Greyson just rolls his eyes when his dad leaves. Like,
Yeah. As Gala kind of like moves from her perch on the wall, and she says, "Well, I suppose that means I'll be taking watch. I'm gonna go do some snooping in your house.
oh, do have fun.
Always do."
Don't look in one of the drawers in the bedroom. Just ignore that top one. It's for your own safety.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, I was looking to avoid your bedroom entirely, actually.
Oh, good. That's good. Honestly, though, that would be the perfect place to hide, though. You know what? You should probably inspect it very thoroughly.
I'm not touching anything. She will just kind of open the window and just kind of like sit on the edge of it. And she just kind of like gives you like a one eyebrow raise and just kind of like falls backwards out of it.
Grace is gonna move over to the window and immediately shut it. Like, bye. Later, bitch.
The fuck out. So, as you all are led to your bedrooms, they're all very comfortable. Like they're comfortably spaced, like full size beds. So it's enough room for people. You'll notice that Tarsius. You'll notice that with the beds, at least they're definitely made with taller people in mind.
Oh, nice,
so
lovely, thank you.
Your hooves won't be hanging off the bed.
I was gonna ask her, like, do we need to connect two beds for Tarsius?
No, they're very appropriately sized because as Zevver stands up and he kind of like walks by you, wishes you a good night. He's pretty much almost eye to eye with you.
Okay.
It's a very, very tall man.
Cool.
So you all bed down for the night. I'm going to pull up my notes for someone's dream.
Also, I will say Grayson will go back into his father's study
Mm-hmm.
and get into his bar.
Fair. All right.
Yeah, bring some over for this. Be like, here you go. You'll need this too.
So as drinks are enjoyed. Yes. As drinks are enjoyed, people kind of get comfortable for the night. As you kind of all feel the, this past travel and the, this night kind of like weighing on you. We're going to go to Patience.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit.
So,
No.
Patience, as you fall asleep very fast, as you just you're just dead tired.
This is a sugar crush.
You have a dream.
Oh, boy.
You dream that you're back in. It's a time when you're younger, and you are surrounded by the familiar walls of your little cabin in the woods that you were raised in with your fathers. You see Cole, your father, preparing dinner in the kitchen, as your dinner table is pretty much in full attendance. As you're sitting with not only your dad, Addie, and your older brother, Basil, there are two more people also sitting at the table, and that is your grandfather, Irian, and your grandmother, Lena. As they seem to be having what looks to be the most engaging conversation, just like completely absorbed in each other, as they're just just very happily talking to each other, and it's almost like very uncharacteristic to you.
I was gonna say that can only be a dream.
Yeah, right? Even Patience is like, wait a minute.
Not only is your grandparents at this table, you also see your adopted mother, Shervithia, in her gnomish form, as she sits at the table, smiling at you.
What the what?
And it's right as your papa, Cole, he goes to set this big pot of food on the table when there's a knock at the door. And he kind of stops, he looks at you, and just kind of like brushes his hand through your curls. Just says, "I'm sorry, but I think there's one more guest." As he goes to the door to open it. And you follow after him. Mm-hmm. And as he opens the door, all you see is just a white void beyond him. And it looks like he's talking to someone. And you don't see his face, but you kind of see as his shoulders kind of fall slightly. His tail droops lower. And he just kind of like hangs his head forward. And he walks through the door, kind of disappearing into this void of white. And like you see as he just kind of like disappears into this void, and you feel something slither under your hooves as you see this scarlet viper just kind of like coil around you for a moment and then just like dart out the door also into the void. You feel compelled to follow after him as you put one hoof in front of the other, and it just feels like you're fighting against like this imaginary wall as you feel yourself trying to be pulled back into this comfortable yet unrealistic dream. As you push forward and forward until you finally break the tension and you run outside, and you're just already waist deep in frigid snow. Just surrounded by just like an endless sea of white. And at first it's too bright and too blinding for you to focus on anything, and then finally your sight returns to you as you see in the distance the white becomes slowly fragmented, as it looks like plates of ice just kind of like moving and swaying together as if sitting on top of waves. You feel the bite of this icy air. You see what looks to be mountains just kind of dotting the distance. And right in front of you, you see as the ice just kind of bows for a moment and then starts to kind of swell up as this large white mountain just kind of breaks the surface. But that's not a mountain. You see, as it rises higher and higher, it's actually the massive head of a white dragon as it opens its maw, as it rears its head back and it just lunges down onto you. And that's when you wake up. As you find yourself falling face first onto the floor in your bedroom, as kind of like the pale morning light just kind of like trickles through the curtains. And you are completely alone and cozy and safe. But you can't help but feel like there's a chill to your skin, and you tremble slightly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Same.
What the hell?
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 As it is currently 7 in the morning. Okay. Anything else you want to do, or?
So again, this is just because I'm trying to remember. I know Addie gave Patience the sending stone.
Yes.
It was just 1 or 2?
He gave you 2.
Okay.
It was his and another one that was left behind.
Okay. She's just gonna kind of get up, just kind of like, talking to herself, like, what was that about? Nah, like. I was like, literally just talking to herself, just confused as all hell.
As you kind of pace your room, you will hear a small knock on your door.
She'll go over and open it and answer it.
As you open it, you see Sybil standing there. She just kind of like puts a finger to her lips and she's like, I was waiting for the perfect time to give you this, but everything was kind of crazy last night. And she'll kind of like reach into her pockets. She pulls out handfuls of these gold buttons and she just shoves them into your hands. You didn't see anything. She just runs away.
Awesome.
All of a sudden the dream's gone out of her mind. Hell, she just got a bunch of gold buttons and she's gonna go add those to her button jar.
Hell yeah.
Dream? What dream?
What dream?
What dream?
What dream? I got fucking buttons now. And these are like really fancy, like finely crafted gold buttons.
Nice.
Like you're pretty sure these are solid gold. These aren't like gold, like covered, plated or anything. Like they're solid gold.
She doesn't care about that. They're just shiny.
Shiny buttons.
Shiny for the goblin brain.
Okay. So eventually everybody kind of slowly gets up at whichever time feels appropriate for them. As breakfast is being put together. As I don't know, say what time's most comfortable for everybody getting up, as it kind of 7 a.m. is the current time.
Tarsius probably get up at like 8:30 and be like
8:30, crisp 8:30.
So late.
Cordelia's probably up right now.
Yeah.
Around 6:30, she'll be up.
6:30, she's up. She's getting dressed, ready. Everything is perfectly in its place.
No, you'll probably hear some. Well, is me and Tarsius in the same room?
Only if you wish to share a room. There was more than enough rooms for everyone to each get one.
You can have your own private room if you need it.
It's not that. It's more of a Cordelia is probably doing jumpy jacks at the moment, so making some noise inside a room.
I'll say that like I'll be in the room next to you, and then I'm like, no, 4 more minutes, and then grab what I assume was a pillow, but it was probably something much larger, and then throw it at the wall.
A lamp.
A lamp.
A lamp.
No. As you hear
Really
glass
fancy
kind of
lamp.
shatter.
Yeah.
Just go back to sleep for another like 40 minutes.
I know whenever Patience woke up from the dream, she would not have gone back to sleep. She would probably have just gone downstairs and she's going to just start doodling.
Okay. You kind of sit in the little sitting area, just kind of doodling away.
Yeah.
Sitting on the floor, kind of like kicking your feet. As you would have seen the footman kind of busying himself, kind of like dusting the shelves and different items, and then going into the kitchen to make breakfast for everyone.
Yeah.
As he would have stopped momentarily and be like, excuse me, ma'am, did you need tea or snacks or anything?
Do you have orange juice?
I will have some pressed.
Thank you.
And you will be brought a nice glass of fresh orange juice.
Okay.
Nice.
So, Greyson, around what time are you getting up?
Whenever he's allowed to, assuming
Okay.
his kids are all sleeping.
I will say that you would have naturally woken up by around like maybe 7:45, but everyone else is just kind of dead asleep around you, and you're just kind of trapped
Yeah, I
in
figured.
this very very warm cuddle puddle, like uncomfortably hot.
Wedding. Can you teleport out of it?
You can technically. I mean, you're not grappled, I will say.
Okay, he would just be like, I got it. You could like roll over the other half. Just
Yep.
Get off me.
Which just kind of gets you like an arm just like slaps right across your metal.
Ow. Okay. I'll poof out. Sorry. Jeez. And then he'll just teleport. Poof.
Poof. All right. Just kind of poof out and start getting ready.
Yeah.
All right, Hawk, around what time are you getting up?
He'll probably wake up. He was probably in, like, the world's deadest sleep, like, snoring so loud he's rattling the door.
Nice.
Until Tarsius threw that lamp. And he was probably like, what? I'm up.
Whatever.
He's up there, he's like looking around like, I don't understand what just happened. Wherever that was thrown, he's awake.
Yep.
He's like, okay, well, I guess we're... Okay. He's just kind of like taking a second, like, reorienting himself. Oh, yeah. Because he really was just absolutely dead asleep. And yeah, he'll get up and
I'll say by...
before he goes downstairs.
Okay. I'll say by 8 o'clock is when the breakfast call, or the breakfast bell will be rung.
Okay. We'll get Tarsius out.
Okay.
Then he cleans his mess, puts it in a nice, like, little box or something, writes a sorry on a note, and leaves 2 gold pieces there.
Lamp was probably worth more, but that's okay. He doesn't need the money, honestly.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh,
So.
When Tarsius is going down, it's probably, since he hasn't slept in a comfy bed in a while, it's gonna be like drool on one side and like his hair and mane is on the other side. And when he like sees all you guys, like, as he stretches and moves.
All right. As you
manners.
Oh, sorry.
As you all kind of join in the sitting room, the footman will go to you and say, breakfast is being served in the nook, and he will kind of lead you into a nice little dining nook where like there's a freshly laid tablecloth. Everybody has like glasses of orange juice, and there's like a fresh pot of tea. You'll see Tabin kind of sitting, kind of perched in one of the bay windows as he's has a book in one hand, but you see his he's kind of looking outside into the courtyard. As you all enter, he just kind of closes the book and he's just like, yes. I will, go ahead, get seated. Let me call the other one in. And he'll kind of like open the window a crack and just, Zevris, whenever you're finished running around, breakfast. He just kind of closes it. As he goes, he sits at the head of the table. Eventually, Greyson, you get the rest of your family up.
Yeah.
As they also join at the table. Oh, you're doodling something. As breakfast is served, and Tabin has brought a newspaper. One's also brought for you as well, Greyson, if you choose to read it.
Yeah, he will, and he'll like unconsciously mimic his father.
Yeah, so to lay the scene, you'll have Tabin sitting on one end of the table at the breakfast nook, and you'll see Greyson sitting on the opposite end, and you just, for anybody who's like closely observing, you kind of like see it's like 2 bookends almost, just like kind of sort of mimicking each other in like how they sit, how they kind of like carry themselves, how they pour their tea and whatnot.
Well, because Grayson's older now, they look alike.
Yeah, that too.
White hair.
Yeah, literally the only thing that's kind of setting them apart is Grayson's white hair. As Tabin just kind of like eventually folds up the newspaper, he's like, "So, what and all do we have planned for today?"
Looking immediately towards Greyson, and then towards my sister. Sure.
To be getting a ship, and he's gonna look over to Dis and just be like, "I can get another ship.
You will not
I could call
say
them.
another fucking word to
I'm
me
just
about that.
saying, if you don't want to, I can get someone else to do it.
You are not getting that fucking putz to sail you anywhere. I refuse to I refuse to look that fucking wacko in the eye. Like you're really gonna tell your husband that you're gonna get on another man's boat? Specifically, another man's boat that you've already been on.
I'm gonna look at Cordelia. What are they
He's just
talking
getting
about?
such joy for
I
it, like out of this.
actually don't know what
He's
they're talking about.
purposefully poking the bear. Just saying, if you're not feeling well, I can get on this other guy's ship. It's fine.
He will like literally bring his fist down on the table. It's like, you are not doing a fucking thing about that. I'm gonna go to the docks. I'm gonna get the Sea Devil ready. It'll be ready by the end of the day, just to fucking show you that you don't need another goddamn ship.
Oh, I'm gonna kind of pull Tarsius, because Tarsius is taller. Pull closer so I can whisper to his ear, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, this is what Mom does to Chadington a lot, so that to make Chadington do what she wants to do."
Oh.
The reverse psychology thing.
I'm gonna look at her like, here, and then back at this and Greyson fighting, and then look over towards Hawk. And lean over. Is ship a metaphor?
And Hawk is sitting there like he's been sitting there intently like. And Hawk's gonna be like, in this instance, I'm actually not sure. It might be both.
Now Grace is just like, darling, you know your ship is much bigger. I know you talked about this. But if you're not feeling well, I can get on a much smaller, faster ship.
No.
Meanwhile, Patience is still just sitting there doodling away.
Look, I know my performance has been a little shaky these past few months, but I can listen.
BB, just give me another chance.
Oh my god.
I swear this doesn't happen all the time. This never happens.
This has never happened before. Zevi's sitting. Zevi will be sitting next to you, Hawk. As he just kind of like his head, he's like eyes down on the tables. He just kind of does not want to be engaged in this conversation. As he's just, I guarantee you, there's a lot more to this than you realize.
Hawk is gonna be like, sips tea. What do you mean?
Spill it.
Hawk is awake now.
I dare not utter this at the table.
He's gonna sit there and be like, he's gonna look over at Patience and be like, "Hey kid."
This Patience is like fully drawing at the table.
Can I borrow a piece of paper and a pencil?
She's like,
you see just like all the scrap pieces that she has just kind of like spread out. She just kind of like slowly like collects them and just like drags them towards her.
Hawk is gonna like take the biggest scrap and like one finger like just kind of it over to Zevi.
I have a feeling the biggest scrap that you are grabbing is the one she's currently drawing on, and she's gonna just pull it back. Hold on. Let me finish.
Okay, she's almost done.
Okay. Oh, now I've got to see it.
I'm gonna take a picture of this so that you can share this on the screen, because this is
okay. Please and thank you.
All right, so Hawk, as you grab the biggest piece of paper, which just so happened to be the one that she was drawing on,
like she has different
there's like different like
there's
different
one
pictures.
Of like it's obviously supposed to be a dragon, but it looks like a horse.
And then you just grab this and you kind of turn it around. You're like, what? As for people who are audio only, you'll Hawk kind of like turns this page around and he looks, and it's kind of like this. It's not a bad snake. It's actually a very nicely drawn snake, as it's got like this like triangular head and written very very in the script of an 8-year-old. Have you seen this sneak? As for everybody, for a visual, I posted it on the Discord for you to look at.
It's pretty great. It's pretty. I love everything about this.
It's cute.
What a good sneak.
It's a sneak.
Hawk would be like, "Do you like? Is there a bigger like? I don't want to have one right on the back of this. You might want to put this on a refrigerator, or on a wall in a gallery. It's really nice, right? The D&D equivalent of a refrigerator. Whatever.
So Sevi's like, I know rich people have refrigerators, but
she'll rip a small scrap piece and then hand it to you, and then hand him a graphite piece as well.
And Hawk just slides. And the pen.
Oh god. So Sevi kind of like takes the scrap and just like in very like pristine, like nice handwriting. He writes out he writes out one word. Or actually two words. He writes out two words specifically. That saying Pirate Lord. That feel when you're in both campaigns and you know exactly what that means, but your character doesn't.
And Hawk's gonna be like right on the back of the note, like, "This isn't a pirate lord." Slide.
As Evie takes a note, he reads it. He looks at you, just like shakes his head, like, no. Well, okay. You know what? Hey, you kind of like, as Greyson, you're in the middle of this, thrilling argument with your husband.
Of course.
And it's just like, I mean, what's so great about his ship? Like, you know, for the record, you bought me that one because the last one fucking crashed.
Whose fault was that?
So your name's on the fucking receipt. So technically, our ship is better.
Our ship is much better, but I'm just saying, if you're not feeling well, I can get someone else.
I'm feeling fucking fine.
Are you though?
I am. No, you are not setting me out on this one. You saddled me with these fucking kids while I had amnesia. I'm not doing this shit again.
Ouch.
It's my boat. I'm the captain. I get to go.
Patience just sitting there.
Say what?
Are you sure though? Are
He
you
just kind of he gives like this like very like assertive snort as like just like the smoke curls from his nostrils. It's like, do you want to fucking try me?
Yeah, but there's kids around.
Patience just turns her drawing around and shows Tarsius and Cordelia. It's a snake.
Oh, I have not seen it, but I'll keep my eye out.
Dis's eye is like immediately caught by like your drawing as like he looks over as you're just like flashing to people like, look, it's a snake, and Dis is like, that's a bitch. He just like goes back anyway.
Sense campaigns.
What? And Sevi just kind of like, yeah, okay. Do you? What are your plans for today? As he looks to you, Hawk.
You remember that conversation we had about choking on water?
Of course, this is the scene where we bring back Choki.
Oh my god. Okay. Not at the table.
Not at the table. There are kids here. I hate this. It's a good game.
Just to mention in context, the second Dis says that, Patience just turns the drawing around, scratches out Sneak, and puts... I'll let Vic just take the picture.
Oh boy.
Oh.
So... give me that. And Sevi's like, if you're not doing anything today. Do you want to go to the library?
Grayson's gonna
Yeah.
and be like, "Oh my god, is he asking a guy on a date? Finally? Oh my god."
Dad!
I'm nothing. He's just drink his drink.
Wait. Can Hawk hear that?
If Zeve heard it, you heard it.
Hawk's gonna be like, yeah. I mean, we talked about going to the library when I was here the last. I mean, Tarsius wanted to go too, but like, yeah, we were gonna go to the library.
Oh, I don't have to be part of your dates if you don't want to.
It's not a date. It's not a date. I just want to go to the library.
I'll be happy to go on the date with you if you guys want.
It's not a date.
I heard a third wheel sometimes is fun. I don't know what that means.
Zeve just looks like he's going to be physically ill.
They call it a tricycle.
Aw.
What?
Tarsius said, "I heard being a third wheel is kind of fun," and I said, "That's called being a tricycle, Tarsius."
Oh, tricycle. I heard being a tricycle. Can't even do.
Becoming unhinged.
Tavin just kind of like, kind of like stirs his team, just kind of like raises an eyebrow at all of you.
It's too early in the morning.
Tarsius and this conversation.
Who says that? Who says that? It's
and
straight tea in that cup.
I have a. Oh dang it! My cup's not. That's not that one. Never mind. Sorry. I have a teacup somewhere around here that says that. Yeah, Hawk is gonna be like, I mean, even if it's not a date, I was going to go to. We talked about going to the library before.
Please.
So, it'd be awesome to go. Just show me where it is.
Is at the end of the table, next to you, Greyson. Just Sybil just cups her hands. Nerds. So, okay. As Zeve's just like incredibly just like red in the face at this point.
Redder?
Redder than he already is. like almost turning purple, honestly. He's like, can we just let's just go. I don't want to be a part of this conversation anymore.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Hawk will sit there and be like picks up cup, like knocks out what's left, takes like 2 quick more bites of whatever he was eating and been like, okay, you're ready to go, we can go.
Okay, yeah. Tarsius, you want to come in with? Cordelia, are you also coming, or?
Sure.
I thought this was a date.
Good. It's not a date. As Phoebus just kind of like sits there, just like very delicately, just like cutting his pancakes, just like adults are so complicated.
Yeah, no, right?
Wait, he actually cuts the pancakes. He doesn't just shove them in his face.
No, he has manners.
He cuts them. He cuts a very small triangle and then just picks up the largest stack and shoves it.
Yeah. Well, okay. Actually, everyone, roll me an insight.
Oh, great.
It's a stack of like 12 pancakes and he cuts a sliver, but it's like, how does this? Where is he putting it?
19.
21.
Insight?
14 again.
Okay.
Oh, I have his
I'm
image on
doing it right now. Hold on. Sorry, I need to get my...
Minus
Grayson, I should have
one.
said you didn't need to roll for this because you already know this.
That's 15.
15.
Damn it. Come on. Natural 20. 23.
Natural 20. Okay, so as you all pass, you will notice that in your amount of time that you've spent with Phoebus and him just being, a very like... You've met Phoebus, and you know how 5-year-olds are, as they're kind of like, he throws tantrums, he gets messy sometimes, but like you've noticed that ever since you entered this household, he has been on his absolute best behavior. Almost like he's trying to impress someone.
Of course. As he should.
Yep. As he's just like, cutting his pancakes, like eating them in like appropriate portion sizes. As he kind of like looks every bit like the little lord that he is trying to be, and he's like, "So what is on the agenda for today?"
Adorbs.
I suppose I will be accompanying Dis to the docks to get the ship straight.
And Sybil just kind of like leans, "Can I come? Is that allowed? Or are we like in quarantine or something?"
No, you can come. Just keep your hands to yourself.
Hey, I have been nothing but innocent this whole time.
Patience is just kind of like looking back and forth and like, can I come too?
Sure.
She's making eye contact with Sybil, and it's like, I know, like, she's not saying anything out loud. It's like, I know your dad just said for us to behave, but...
Oh, that is the absolute look of we're going to do our damnedest to not behave. And she just kind of like nods quickly.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, of course, we'll totally behave.
Yeah, we'll behave.
What are you, a cop?
Little rascals montage ensues.
Honestly.
What's the number for 911?
So, we've got some going to the docks, some going to the library, as a plan has been put in place. You all finish breakfast, as you kind of... The table itself is being cleared up by the footmen, as Tabin and Zevers kind of like stay behind as they kind of enjoy their own private breakfast together.
Does Phoebe stay with Tabin?
Yeah, Phoebus will kind of like look between you and like look between Tabin, just like unsure of what he wants to do.
I'd like to do.
I mean, he just kind of like mumbles to himself in Infernal, just like trying to find like the right words to say. The docks are kind of stinky.
Yeah, yes.
Is it okay if I stay with Grandpa?
Of course, you can stay with your grandfather.
Just like this big old smile just kind of like spreads on his face, and he just kind of like gets those little excited like happy huffs that he gets. He's just, yeah, okay.
Don't hyperventilate. It's all right.
It's like don't trigger an asthma attack. Don't do it. As Tavin just kind of like looks up, he's like, "Oh, I'm babysitting today. Excellent."
Don't mind.
Oh, I of course don't. Bless you.
Thank you.
Salud.
Yeah, those tests kind of make your nose feel weird the whole day.
Yeah. As Tavin just kind of like smiles over at Phoebus, like, "I would never miss an opportunity to spend time with my protege."
Oh yes, the protege thing.
Yes.
That's great. Here you go. It just scoots him over.
Just kind of scoots him over and like Tavin just kind of like pats him on the head. Just like, "You will be following me around today." As you all kind of depart for your daily tasks, we will take a break here and pick up in a few minutes. right, and we're back. As you all kind of, leave the chateau for the day, you kind of, make yourself into two groups, and then you kind of part ways. As one group heads to the library, and the other one heads towards the docks. As I will put Greyson, Patience. Actually, no, you should be down here, because I can't see anything. Haha. Then you three will be in the castle ward. Alright, so we got two groups. I am going to roll a die. I'll say Greyson, even or odd?
Evens.
That is odds. We'll go with the library first. So, as Tarsius, Cordelia, Hawk, and Xavier, you make your way to the castle ward to go to the extensive library that's within Waterdeep. As you make your way there, as it's this very massive, impressive white stone building that, you're like, you look at it and you're like, yeah, that's a library. As you kind of make your way inside, Zevi kind of reaches in. He kind of pulls out a little leather wallet. He's like, I'll let you guys in on my card. If you want to check anything out, just let me know.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I will say, as you are walking your way there, Xavier, once you're you kind of round the corner and his parents are out of sight, he's just like, okay, listen. So, there was neither of them told me this, because anytime this ever came up in conversation, that happens. But one of my dad's shipmates told me about this, and my dad, Greyson, he had a history with a pirate lord. My other father is not a pirate lord. He is a lord. They're both lords, but it's complicated. I'm not going to get too much into it.
Right on.
Yeah, it's messy, and point is, Greyson was with a pirate lord for in his early years, and anytime it gets brought up around my pops, it gets a little like that.
Yeah, that did seem to. There was definitely some. I don't even call it anger, some.
Yeah.
I want to call it jealousy, but I don't think it is.
I'm gonna say for my pop's end, it's jealousy, but for my dad, I think it's flirting.
Your parents love each other very much, don't they?
Yes, they do. Very, very much, as you can see with all of their children.
Touche.
Yeah. I will say, all of you, roll me a history.
6 for Cordelia.
Okay, alright.
I totally know what happened. What is this?
22.
22, okay.
18.
What do we get, Hawk?
10.
10. Alright, makes sense. You were a little landlocked in your youth.
Apparently Cordelia didn't study this one.
No, this is actually not in any history books, because this is, it's not history, per se. But, Tarsius, I will say you would have, as you were making your way up to Waterdeep for your first trip to meet with your sister and, help your uncles open their tavern, you would have been staying in a tavern, and in that tavern you would have listened to a rather rambunctious group tell stories about this pirate lord by the name of Gentil Denouement. And you're like, whoa, this guy seems really cool, and he has this fantastic ship called the Mystique, and like they were like talking about their run-in with like this crazed pirate lord that is willing to like sacrifice his crew members if it meant getting his gold, and like these really like superfluous like tales. You're not sure if this is like a real person or if this was like a tall tale that's being told. But you have heard of a pirate lord, and that's the closest connection you have.
Okay.
C'est gentil.
Gentil.
Yeah. So gentil.
Gentil de demande.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just gonna be like, interesting. That's it.
I mean, you told yourself that you would try to see if it was like any kind of like fictional story, but you never just got around to looking for it.
Yeah. I'll keep it a mystery and not get too excited.
All right. So you all arrive at the library, you enter into the building, and you're met by this wonderful smell of old books, dust, and just the general atmosphere. As let me get that going. So, as you all enter into the library, what do we do?
Look at all the books, and then.
I'll say there's a very like elderly gnomish assistant kind of like sitting at the front desk as they're kind of like writing down in a book.
Look at them. If they're not moving forward, then I'm gonna inch my way for my own personal reasons.
Okay.
Going forward.
All right, as you kind of meander in.
And I'm gonna look at the gnomish lady. Excuse me. Do you have a poetry section?
What?
Poetry.
You're going to need to speak up.
I'm gonna get low. Poetry.
This is a library.
Oh, poetry.
Poetry. Yeah, it kind of like points you off to the upper levels. It's just like poetry would be archived. Yes, just up there, and she'll like point you in the direction.
Okay. Also, I was. He's gonna not know when to speak loudly and softly. Is there a book on, like an introduction to the mind, like corporeal, non-corporeal studies? I was supposed to study that, but I kind of stopped. Kind of look at my axe.
And she just kind of thinks for a moment.
Like he's just asking for like a textbook that he would have had to read in a gentleman's school.
Reference section is on the first floor, towards the back.
Okay. Alright, I know where I'm going. I'm just gonna look at everybody and just start inching away unless they're about to go.
All right, as Tarsius kind of like looks at all of you and just kind of like starts to inch in his own direction. What are we doing, Cordelia?
She's just kind of lost, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just meandering around. I was like, wait, they're supposed to be on a date, so she's just gonna skirt.
Oh my god!
Out. I was like, I don't want to be a third wheel.
It's called a tricycle.
As Cordelia just kind of like disappears into the aisles. Is there anything in specific that you're looking for? Or just kind of meandering around.
Meandering around, maybe study more into what she is.
Okay. Roll me an investigation as you're looking around.
Oh, probably not good. Nope. 12.
12? All right. You kind of you're kind of like looking around through like the different like reference sections. You finally reach kind of like the sciences as science and research as you're looking through, and you're seeing like different like codexes on beasts anatomy, monsters, and all that. And you kind of like don't you see any specific books pertaining to Gorgons. you kind of flip open a couple of books. Nothing really catching your eye. It's more of a you're not finding any like specific information. Like you're getting kind of like the same thing. Like you'll find like some books that some adventurer wrote about their their studies, and it's just like a vague has snakes for hair, can petrify, and that's pretty much it. Do not go near, dangerous. That kind of footnote.
Yeah, seeing that, she's gonna kind of put her hood a little more kind of lower with that,
Okay.
and it's more of a she's looking. Will her monster trait come back? That's
Okay.
kind of more into what she's looking at.
All right. You don't quite find anything extensive like that.
Yeah.
You do, however, find a couple of books on, I'll say, you'll find some kind of like folklore books on like the different, the kind of like the different like. Trying to find the right word, be like otherworldly beings, like things that have been like kind of told in stories. As one spine kind of catches your eye, and that looks to be almost if it's made out of like this midnight blue like snake skin. So you kind of open it, and it looks to be nightmarish tales told. It looks like a children's book almost, if anything. It's like scary stories to tell in the dark, but it's like nightmarish tales witnessed by the Great Mother. Something like that.
Okay.
God.
I'll be reading that then.
Okay. All right. As you find a nice cozy chair to sit in by some lamplight, and you take to reading. Okay. Hawk, what are we doing?
Okay, so Hawk originally wanted to come to the library. Part of the reason he's in town was to see if he couldn't find any books so that he could do some more reading and research about runes.
Okay.
And so he's going to kind of... I'm not going to say he wouldn't ask for where they were. He likes to look around and just kind of drift anyway.
Okay.
So he'll probably just drifting through sections and kind of guessing and checking where in the library he thinks that these things are going to end up being.
Okay. As you kind of like start kind of meandering, Zevi's to be like, I know where I'm gonna be heading, so I'll meet up with you.
Oh yeah, but
okay.
Once I find books about runes, I will be there. Until then,
okay, all right,
I'll be wherever.
All right, I'll come find you in a bit.
Sure thing.
And he'll just kind of like wander off. He kind of like turns to wander off, and there's a moment where he kind of like catches like the side of a book that's like sticking a little too far out of the shelf, and he almost kind of like falls. He just kind of stops and like, okay, just, yeah, see ya. And he just kind of darts around the corner.
Aw.
So, roll me an investigation, Hawk.
Oh, +6. I'm bad at math. Hold on. 25.
Okay. All right. I'll say that you have spent a lot of time perusing different libraries across the realm. So while each one is kind of laid out differently, you figured out kind of the method to their madness. Knowing it's like, all right, so sometimes like the fiction section will be towards the front. Sometimes it'll be like midway too, but you always know like more or less, or you just have a feeling of where you know what you're looking for is going to be. So you kind of like just kind of let yourself get lost in the aisles. You find your way around. You kind of pass Cordelia as you see she's kind of tucked in with a book, just like reading, just like very engrossed by it. As you make your way and you finally find a section, like a small little section on runic studies, like transcribing runes, transcribing spells, like all that kind of stuff. So you kind of start to pick through it, and when you start to find yourself a good, sizable stack of books, you feel someone kind of tug on your sleeve.
Like books and like, like.
As you turn, and you're immediately met with this old man in kind of like these long, kind of grayish robes, and he looks like old. Like long kind of white beard, kind of like frazzled out down the front of his chest. He's like, excuse me, young man.
Yes, sir. How can I help you?
I would hate to be a bother, but you're the only one I could find. Could I bother you for a favor?
What did you need help with?
He'll just kind of like start tugging you in his direction as he kind of like starts to prattle through like this very long-winded story. He's like, well, you see, my sister knitted me this scarf. It's a very lovely one. See, she actually, it's a bit of a hobby of hers, and I've always been supportive, and it's a very... I haven't seen her in, oh my goodness, maybe about 10 years now. Maybe even longer. And he's kind of like slowly shuffling you down the aisle.
I haven't seen my sister in... Oh god, it's probably been about 10 years too.
Oh, we should write more often. Maybe go home every now and then. Oh, I forgot where she lives now. And he just kind of like shuffles, and you find yourself as he kind of leads you towards this balcony. As he's like, so I was sitting here admiring, the air, and the wind kind of took my scarf into that tree. And he kind of like points at a branch that's like hanging just like off reach on the balcony. As you see like this like beautiful like this kind of like this really beautiful like silvery pale scarf just kind of like hanging in the branch as it's kind of like tangled around.
Okay.
Do you think you could get that for me?
I mean, I could at least try. Yeah. He's gonna put down his stack of books somewhere.
Okay. So you're just kind of like, and you just kind of like set them on the ground.
Like, don't forgive me. And yeah, he'll walk kind of closer to where the tree is. Is the tree like within reach, or is it kind of?
It's pretty high up. Like, if you jump, you're not going to be able to reach that branch. But like the tree is like, it's kind of like growing out of a garden next to the library, so it's pretty close to the balcony itself.
Is there a branch near where that is sturdy enough to hold Hawk?
I will say, yeah, you will see a pretty sturdy branch.
Okay. Yeah, he'll be like, okay. And he'll kind of like take a second to look at everything and go, all right. And he'll just kind of... How high is the guardrail on this balcony?
It's about waist high, I'll say.
Okay. So yeah, he'll kind of look at assess how he's going to do this before he kind of like steps over the side of the balcony and makes his way onto the tree limbs.
Okay, roll me an acrobatics.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And that's a little mouse. What? 3. That's a 14.
14, okay. As you kind of ready yourself, you kind of balance on the balconies. You kind of judge where you're going to need to grab, and you grab onto the branch. There's a moment where you kind of like slip, and you're like, "Oh, this is it!" But you kind of manage to catch yourself and find the right footing in just the right like second to kind of climb up onto the branch and kind of like lean your way over, and you grab the scarf and wrap it around your hand.
Okay.
And just kind of manage to kind of like swing yourself down.
Yeah, he'll kind of work his way down to like, oh, and he's able to climb back down onto the balcony.
Yep, yeah, you're able to make it down safely.
Okay, cool. And he'll walk back over to the man and like, here we are.
Oh, thank you so much. And he takes the scarf and he just kind of like wraps it around him like a little shawl. Just like, yes, that's much better now. Oh, what was I? Oh, yes, could I bother you for another second? You see, I came out here to enjoy some fresh air. I was actually bringing this crate of books to my office. And you kind of, like, look to where he's indicating, and, like, you see a crate of, like, good size, like, old tomes just, like, in there. It's like, would you mind, my back is aching something fierce right now. Could you take it to my office for me?
Oh, sure. Is your office here in the library?
Yes, it is. It's on the, and he kind of points up towards the second level, actually.
Yeah, sure. I can do that. No problem.
Alright, as you kind of heft the box up and you're like, oh shit, this is kind of heavy.
How was he carrying this in the first place?
Yep. Kind of, just very slowly kind of like follow along as he's kind of shuffling forward to lead the way up the stairs. As all the way he's just kind of just prattling on and on. Just like, I've been here for about, I say a good 70 years. I've been archiving every little thing. See, I first started, I used to be such a strapping young man, like, he's just, like, going on and on. As you finally make it to the office, and he kind of, like, starts to fumble in his pocket, and he pulls out, like, this ring of keys, and he's just kind of, like, going, like, each key, he's like, no, and just, like, trying to find the right one. He, like, stops in one, kind of fits it in the lock, and just goes back to it. So you're just kind of standing there, and you kind of feel the weight of these books starting to kind of like wear on you, and you're like,
You get the fatigue shakes.
Yeah, they get the fatigue shakes, like, oh god, like, you're a strong man, but you're like, just standing there having to hold this crate, you're like, oh crap. It's finally, he finds the right key, opens the door, and just kind of like lets you in first. You just set it over there on the desk.
Okay.
As you kind of set it down, it just makes a really heavy thump noise onto the wooden desk.
Sit there like, and like stretch his hands like, ugh.
As he kind of like pats you on the arm, it's like, I believe that's all for now. I apologize for taking your time.
No apology needed. What are you researching? You said you're an archivist? What are you
Yes.
What are you researching?
Well, history in general. Things kind of, as you know, history is just so long and winding. It just kind of loops back every now and then, and patterns and whatnot. I kind of study those patterns and, try to make common connections in our history to better our future.
Oh. What is the pattern looking like right now? Like, are things looking promising, or are things looking not so promising?
Well, that is always the funny thing. It could go one way or the other, but there is always a small push in either direction that could cause it to tip. If you have about 10 more hours to spare, I could always get it figured out for you.
Unfortunately, I do not have 10 hours.
As he just kind of gives this like wheezy old laugh, just kind of like pats you on the arm, just like, I'll let you get back to your day. Thank you for helping an old man.
Not a problem. Don't forget to write a letter to your sister.
And you do the same.
I will.
I mean, you have the legs for it. You might as well just, go home and see them one more time.
I've been meaning to. World traveling and learning and whatnot.
Time will escape you before you know it, and next thing you know, you'll be having to ask some poor young sod to carry your things for you because your back gave out.
It was no trouble. But you have a good day.
As do you.
And Hawk will just leave his office and kind of...
As you turn to leave, he'll be like, just a moment, I think you dropped this. He kind of like stoops down to the floor, kind of like gets back up with a grunt, as he holds out what looks to be a, it looks like one of your kind of like leather bracelets. I think this fell off of you while you were moving my things.
Oh, thank you. Which bracelet is it?
All right. As you take it, and it looks like a, it looks just like the one that you have, I believe, on your left arm, the one with the rune on it.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of like turn it around, and you're like, oh, and you check your wrist, and it's still there. But you look at it, and it almost looks the same, except the markings look... That doesn't look like giant.
Can I tell what language they're written in?
Roll me an Arcana.
15.
15? This definitely does not look like giants. Giant runes are a lot more. They're a lot more like geometric in their shape. This one seems to be a lot more curving, with kind of sharp, jagged lines, kind of like protruding every now and then in it. And it almost looks... You've seen it maybe written in text before, but this looks to be draconic.
Okay. Yeah, Hawk's gonna sit there and stare and be like, are you sure this isn't yours?
As you study it for a bit, and when you look up, and second as you say, are you sure this isn't, and you look, and you see the old man standing there, but it doesn't look like the same old man that you were just talking to. She kind of blinks at you in confusion. Yes. Can I help you?
I just... I mean, I was on my way out. Okay, help bring books up for you. This isn't your bracelet, is it?
I've never seen that before.
Oh. And he's gonna kind of like take a look around, because now Big Boy is confused.
It's the same office. Same crate of books is still sitting on the desk.
And he's gonna ask him again, what are you researching?
I'm researching, I research ancient archaeology.
Oh. Any focus right now, or just in general?
Well, more about more towards archaeology from, echoes of what belonged to the plane of water.
Interesting. Okay. Well, you have a good day.
He just kind of looks very confused at you. Same to you.
And Hawk's gonna sit there. He's holding this bracelet, looking at this bracelet as he's probably not paying attention, but walking back through the library, staring at the bracelet, going back to his pile of books that he left outside.
Yep.
And just whispering, "What is going on? What is wrong with the old man? Why didn't he remember who I was? Where did this even come from?" And yeah, just mumbling to himself because he is so confused. Heck, he'll probably get his thing of books and just sit it down in front of him and look at it.
Okay. So you sit, and it's a braided bracelet with a few beads kind of decorating it here and there, and the rune itself is kind of written on what looks to be a metal plaque. As you kind of study it, and the metal, as you kind of move it back and forth, has this very intense sheen to it.
It doesn't look unlike Hawk's bracelet, but it's not the same.
Yeah, it's at first glance it looks like it could have been similar, but now that you're actually studying it, you're this looks nothing at all like my bracelet.
Yeah. And he's just I don't know what to do with this. The old man gave it to me, but it's not mine. Not his. But what was wrong? Okay. And he's gonna sit there and just be resisting the urge to bang his head on the desk because he just...
As you kind of just sit there.
Yeah, he's gonna sit there and probably just check out for a few minutes.
Okay.
In his brain.
So as you're just kind of trying to figure out what the hell just happened, Tarsius, roll me an investigation as you're looking around.
18 plus 0, so 18.
18, nice. All right, so what in all are you looking for, Tarsius?
If I can't find that one textbook, if I find it, I'll just this is boring.
I'll say with an 18 you will find it.
Okay. Oh, what they call it? Who's that wizard? What? I think therefore I am. Nope, putting it back. I remember why I stopped reading this. And then I meander over towards the poems and just looking for any names that I don't know or can't pronounce, and then just skimming through the poems, seeing if they're good or not.
As you kind of go, as you head into the poetry section, you kind of you have your focus on the spines as you're kind of trying to find the most interesting sounding name. And right as you hit midway into the aisle, you kind of hit smack into a walking pile of books as you hear a very startled squeak behind it. It's "Oh, I'm so sorry." And you see a pair of fuzzy ears kind of peek out from over the stack of books as you see Ferris.
Okay, I was
yes.
do I recognize her? Oh, hi. And then I'm just gonna
hi.
grab all the books for her.
Oh, okay.
In one arm. Hello.
She's kind of just kind of stands there. It's it's been a while. What have you been up to?
I learned what a tricycle was.
Okay. It's a tricycle.
Yeah. We're gonna go we're gonna get on a pirate ship. We're gonna go towards
Oh wow.
the north where it's cold. It's not a pirate lord, but he is a lord.
Okay. I don't know what any of that means.
Yeah, no, neither do I. It was literally just going out through my head. What have you been up to?
I've been ordered to stay here in the city and not go adventuring without orders again. So I'm kind of, taking this time out as, just researching and...
Did they ground you?
Training. Kinda.
Oh. Well, that sucks.
That's what it is. I mean, Sir Alistair's off with, Sister Sarah right now. They're on this really cool quest. But I'm just a squire, so I'm just going to keep, studying and training until I can become a paladin.
Oh, that'll be really cool. Then we could go on adventures.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, the last one was a little scary, but I think if I keep training more, it won't be as scary.
Yeah. Have you had any like combat training lately?
I think I did. I did combat training a couple days ago.
Oh, okay.
But the paladin that's been training us had to go off on a mission, so we're kind of taking a break now.
Oh, okay. Oh, I could train you. Does she have like any weapons on her or anything?
At the moment, no. She's just wearing her regular prayer vestments.
I can show you how to swing something really heavy. Well, if you want like fancy footwork stuff, Cordelia can train you.
Well, I mean, I'm probably going to be swinging a sword around. I don't expect to be super, fancy about it.
Oh, I can teach you how to do that.
Oh, okay. I mean, are you? I mean, what are you doing right now? Are you just?
I am on a date, not date with.
You're on a date?
No, it's not a date.
Oh,
but
okay.
They said it was a date. I don't know. And if I see the two guys, I'll point them out. If not, then like, oh,
okay, you'll kind of like lean over the railing. You'll kind of like walk over to like where the railing is, and you look down and you see your sister in one corner, kind of like tucked away reading, and then you see Hawk at one table, just kind of like sitting there staring at something in his hands. And then you see kind of Xavier a little ways off, just kind of like perusing through some books. He's got like an armful, like kind of like already stacked in one arm.
Gotcha. Well, Xavier and Hawk all on a date, then not a date. Then I was invited for the tricycle, and
I
then
still don't know what a tricycle is.
and then my sister came along, so now it's like a full sickle. I don't know.
Like a cart?
Yeah, like a cart. So now we're on a
Like a
cart.
wagon. Okay.
Do you want to join?
I'm
We can
very
have like
confused.
a pentagonal wheel machine.
Sure. Okay.
I'm gonna get really excited and look at Cordelia. He's like, "Ferris is on a date with us." And like, oh, shoot.
So you just hear a resounding shush from everyone in the library.
They don't like it.
Cordelia's just like this and going like, just thumbs up, but still looking at the book.
Oh, look at this name. I'm gonna point to a random book. That one's Titicles.
Why is he called Titicles?
Yeah.
We've come full circle. Everybody go home.
As Ferris just kind of like you see that she's holding like as you look at the stack that she was holding that you're now holding, you'll see that it's like a variety of you'll see like like Pantheon histories. You'll see kind of like the textbook stuff of like history of paladin orders. Like reference guides for sword forms, and then just kind of like stacked way on the bottom, you'll see what looks to be a Houses and Humans module.
Well, look at towards the Houses and Humans. Wait a minute. Is this the edition where they teach you how to buy a house, and if you get the 20% off discount from the government, that actually your children would have to pay that off?
Yeah, it is.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I
heard that there's actually stats in there for they actually like updated the stats for the BBEG Karen. So it's more so it's actually like balanced better for what her actual challenge rating should be, because I always felt like they kind of like undercut her in like terms of like HP and like abilities and legendary actions.
Take turn as the manager, like I'm a victim too. Like I mean, I get it.
Yeah. You wanna go read it together?
Yeah. I'm gonna like slowly try to like grab it without knocking everything else down, and then like be super excited.
As you guys find a desk together, you sit down, and you start kind of like going over the manual.
Nice.
So that's what's going on at the library.
Adorable.
So now to the docks.
Oh boy.
The actual date.
Not a date, but actually a date.
So as Greyson and Patience, you make your way down to the docks. Dis kind of mainly keeping pace with you, Greyson, as...
Oh no, we're interlocked. He is holding onto the arm like a proper gentleman.
Yep.
So,
yeah, got him locked at your pace as you have him in arm. Sybil kind of like runs ahead every few feet. Patience, you're probably with her as well. Mm-hmm. As she's just kind of looking around, she's like, Dad, I'm bored.
I don't know what you want me to do about that.
Well,
You want us to come?
I did, but I expected it to be more fun than, you two, simmering in silence.
Not silence. It's building excitement.
I don't want to know what that means.
Don't worry about it, darling.
It sounds like gross, like snogging stuff.
Right.
My parents are the same way.
Gross. So eventually you make your way down to the docks as you smell it before you actually, see it.
Of course.
Yeah. As eventually Dis just like, so where are we going again?
Get your ship.
No, where are we going with the ship?
North.
Is that right? So he just kind of like points at Patience. Is like, is
out of character? Is that correct? It's been like a month.
No, it's been a month. The plan.
To north.
Yeah, the plan was there wasn't actually like a set plan. It's just that Patience learned that north is probably where her father potentially was last seen, and also that is the location of the Drakhorn, which is a relic that is used to summon dragons, and that the cult has been utilizing for their own needs. And it is also the last place where the white dragon mask was seen.
We're heading north to find that dragon mask that you completely lost. Remember that? That was fun.
I didn't lose shit. That wasn't me.
You stole it from me, and then
that
sounds like deflection.
No, I didn't steal shit. That was some geriatric fuck that was walking around with that mask. Okay.
Stole it off of me,
listening.
He stole it off of you. I didn't do anything else with it.
You hugged me, and you took it from me.
I did take it from you, but then it was taken back. But then it was then taken from, the person that took it back. So I didn't do shit.
That sounds like deflection.
It sounds like I have an alibi.
It sounds like it's not working. No, I'm gonna go get you my ship.
Our ship.
My ship. It's in my name, remember? You even said it yourself.
Your name is on the receipt.
Correct.
You bought it for me.
I did. But I have the paperwork.
Fucking course you do. Yeah, whatever. Alright, let's go get the ship.
They'll go to the dockmaster and get that sorted out.
As you kind of go and you kind of like take care of all like the paperwork stuff, making sure that the fees are kept up with.
What do you mean there's fines on this already?
This just kind of leans over your shoulder like, what kind of fines? What happened?
It wasn't me.
As there would be a couple of fines on the ship. Mainly for mainly for disturbing the peace, if anything.
Goes off.
Disturbing the peace. Some unlicensed cannons being installed as well on the ship. And pretty much that's it.
Oh, it's just a fee to have these unlicensed cannons. How many more can we have?
I mean, from the sounds of it, you paid off like the last 3 that Figus built, so I guess he just made more when he got bored.
Oh, good, excellent.
Fantastic. Because you kind of like, take the proper documents, pay the poor dockmaster. That's just like, it's just my job to tell you. Make your way over to the very illustrious Sea Devil ship. As Patience, this is a very, very large. This is like a full galleon.
Oh my gosh!
And like you've never really seen a ship that big before in your life.
Never seen a ship. She's never really been to the coast.
No, I mean you've seen pictures of boats and books and stuff, but you've never seen an actual pirate ship in person. Which on paper they tell you it's not a pirate ship, and you would keep saying it's a pirate ship. But then Sybil's just like, technically we're not supposed to say it's a pirate ship, but it's a pirate ship. It's a pirate ship.
Okay.
I mean, look at it. It's a pirate ship.
It is, yes.
That's gonna be mine someday.
This
is like fuck it is. As you kind of walk aboard the ship, it's empty for the most. You don't see a lot of crew kind of mingling about, and everybody seems to kind of be in town enjoying themselves or getting the supplies that they need, just kind of hanging around. Actually, I have a map for that. One moment while I grab people. Because I had this map prepped. Need everybody's cameras to get the fuck out of my way. Now this map is... This is a map that I've been planning. So... I did not attach a dock to it, but this map is here. Because I figured y'all are going to need it. Make sure y'all can move yourself. Oh, wait. Okay. To all board the Sea Devil. Boop. You see a couple of interesting characters kind of hanging around on the boat. You'll see your halfling gunner, Figus, as he's kind of tinkering away, making another cannon to attach to your already massive battalion of cannons. You see a familiar shark man just kind of hanging out against some of the crates as he kind of picks at a hook that he has for a hand. And you also see a little goblin kind of skittering through the lines, just kind of making sure, kind of double checking the knot work and making sure that everything is just, ship shape for the most part. And towards the rear of the ship, you see a kenku kind of sitting on the floor, as it looks like they're counting ball bearings in a bag. As you are now aboard the Sea Devil.
Cool.
Neat.
Yep.
Patience does not know how to feel about this because...
Patience, you are on your first ship. You kind of step aboard the ship, and you just realize now you are on a vessel on the water.
Oh, I don't know if I like this. It's a very different feeling.
Roll me a Constitution.
Oh, God.
I want to see. I'm curious.
Greyson's going to walk to the front of the ship
Uh-huh.
up here, and then he's gonna yell, "Captain on deck!"
You do that,
Over
and
here.
it's... So what?
Get your asses over here.
Dirty 20.
They all kind of just, like, look at you like, really? We have to do this?
He's gonna light up, like, he's gonna get some of his magic going, and then say it again, but, like, louder.
Alright, as they all kind of, like, just kind of walk over to you.
Dirty 20.
As the goblin just kind of, like, hops down and kind of, like, brushes, whatever dirt was just kind of, like, smudged on his pants. Just like, oh, you don't need to make no big fuss about it.
He's gonna look over to Dis and be like, "Get your ass over here."
What? Just kind of, like, walks over.
He's like, "Hey."
The Sybil just kind of, like, runs over, just like, yeah, captain's on deck! Show some fucking respect! Oh.
Sybil!
What? As Tim just kind of, like, looks down at her and just, like, takes his hand and just, like, puts it on her head. Just like, you'll have big mouth for a little annoying thing. Kind of, like, picks her up by the head and just kind of, like, slightly shakes her. If you were on any other ship, I would have thrown you in with the sharks. They just kind of, they all just kind of like look at you, Greyson, like, what?
Now, we're going to be heading north. I need this ship to be in complete working order. I need everyone to have their shit together before we depart.
As the Kenku just kind of like nods its head.
Now, you can choose to either stay on the ship for the evening. You guys can take your wages. I will be paying you early before we depart. You can take that, have a night out, but as long as you are here in the morning when we leave, we'll be good.
As the Kenku will raise their hand in question.
Yes.
They kind of like contemplate. Shiny.
Yes, you will be getting paid.
Shiny.
Early, yes. I have that for you now.
Shiny.
No, you don't get that till later.
They just kind of like cross their arms, just shiny.
Very well.
Perfect negotiation.
I love Kenkus.
As Figgis just kind of like wipes his hand of like any like grease that he has on it. Just, I take it they gave you a bit of trouble about the new additions.
Yes, they did, but they're very welcome, so thank you for that.
I will give you my my receipt then.
Your own free time.
As Tin just kind of like, he's still kind of like swinging Sybil around by like the head, and she's just like enjoying it. She's just like, woohoo! He's like, so what is it that we're going north for?
Oh, you know, we're here for the cult stuff.
Yeah, cult stuff.
Subtle.
We're doing more. Wait, I thought we were trying to avoid the cult stuff. Last I checked, you recruited us all again because you are trying to, and I quote, get as far away from these crazy bitches as I fucking can.
That was before, but now we have to go right straight into it. And
So they have leverage on you.
No, they don't have leverage. Well,
That's
they
the
have
only
leverage.
time that you little frou-frou fucks kind of get involved is because someone has some kind of leverage on you.
Patience is...
Listen, I would not be taking this ship. I have another backup ship, but someone over here wants to take this ship and this crew, so you have him to answer for.
This just kind of like, again, we have a ship. We're using the ship.
What I mean.
Patience is just dusting like the pleats in her skirt and just
Yeah.
be like, we're going north to rescue my father.
We're going north to get a dragon mask.
That too.
Patience, as you speak up, everyone just kind of like looks at you, and Tin just like points his hook, and it's like, wait, when did you have that one? There was another one on this ship this whole time?
Oh, that's not ours.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm pretty
She's
positive.
got the little hoovesies.
That's no, we're good. Yes, 4. Not that one.
When it's Tin that said that?
Yes.
When he said that, Patience just like thinks like really hard for a second.
As Patience, you've never seen it. This like a man like this before.
One shark. I think that's what shark.
I mean, he's in terms of like shark. He like you see like he stands very like humanoid in shape. He's like about like as tall as Dis, if not maybe like a little bit taller.
Mm-hmm.
But his like top half features are that of like a hammerhead.
Sick. But no, you just see her like thinking really hard. There was something that about the hooves. Then she just goes, I remember my father telling me apparently I got that from my grandfather, but that's a joke that wasn't supposed to be told in the house a lot. I think it was a bad joke. Anyways.
This is like, that sounds like a bad joke.
You just see her just kind of shrug. And then she's like, I actually have a question from this morning. Why are snakes called bitches?
Just kind of like stares at you, Patience. He like slowly opens his mouth and just closes it and just
Cocks head and blinks.
They just are.
I learned a new thing to call snakes today.
Yes, you will call every snake you meet that from now on.
Okay.
Every single one. I'm so glad that you guys went to the Temple of Dendar first. Before this moment. It's like, yeah, just every single snake, just call them a bitch to their face.
She just nods like, okay.
It's just kind of like nods. He looks at you, Greyson. It's like, see? Parenting.
Great.
What, you're allowed to talk shit about your family. I can't do it about my own?
Wait, what?
Don't worry about it.
Wait, what? What? What?
What?
What?
Wait.
Anyway, so... yeah, I guess we're charting a course north, and he's just like, so that means, and he just points to you, Grayson, that's your job. We need to get supplies for said journey north, so that's also your job. We'll need to, we'll need to make sure that we have our inventory set and our crew payroll updated. That's also your job.
And what are you going to be doing?
I'm already working, and he's just going to gesture at himself. I'm already working.
Insufferable.
That's your fault.
And he's gonna, like, walk over the back of the ship to where the wheel is.
Okay.
And just stand there for a moment and just be like,
As you walk away, Dis is just like, you're gonna have to put up with this for, like...
Yes, I know!
Fuck, I lost count.
Yeah, whatever. Can I at least steer the ship this time?
We'll see.
Oh, if I learn how to steer the ship, can you just be, like, put out for forever. I could just become the captain, right?
Absolutely not.
All right.
It's like that's like actually you're not going to learn to steer the ship ever. By this point, Sybil kind of like monkeyed her way onto like Tin's arm, and she's kind of like koala'd onto it, and it's just like, yeah, that's my job. I'm gonna learn how to steer the ship. So when I learn how to steer it, I'm gonna steal it.
Sybil, no. Don't pull John T. Don't do anything. Anyway, we leave tomorrow. And he's just gonna kind of look around.
Just kind of like looks at his crew. It's like, I mean, if you want to leave tomorrow, we can leave tomorrow. I don't know how your group feels about it.
I'll ask them. But he's gonna gesture to the rest of the crew and be like, get your shit together and be prepared to leave at any time.
It's like kind of just like, yeah, okay. As the goblin just kind of like climbs back up the mast, Figgis kind of returns to his tinkering, and Shiny just kind of like looks around, just kind of just like sits on the floor right where they are, and just goes back to like just upends an entire bag of ball bearings and just goes back to just kind of like scooping them to kind of like scatter across the deck.
Alright, he'll just go back and be like, okay, we're done. And start walking back down to the dock.
Okay. Alright, he's like, yeah, sure, see y'all later. And he just like grabs like Sybil by like the back of her, like the ruff of her neck, and just like peels her off of Tin. Just like sticks her under his arm. Just like looks at you, Patience, like, come on. And just like waves at you.
Okay.
As where, so are you just planning on heading back to the chateau, or is there anywhere specific you're going, Greyson?
Go back to the chateau.
Okay.
Check on Phoebe.
You do that, and you'll see that Phoebe is doing fantastic.
Aw.
As you would go back to the chateau, you meet your father in his study, and you'll see that Tabin is in the middle of like writing out some letters, and Phoebus is like sitting right there in his lap, like his little like face peeking out over the desk as he's trying to read what his grandpa's writing. As you walk in, and Tabin's just like, "Oh, back so soon."
Fill out some paperwork, pay a couple fines, yell at the crew.
Well, sounds like you had a full day. Phoebus just kind of like, we're sending blackmail.
Oh, this time of day. For you to be sending blackmail to people.
I mean, have to cross my T's and dot my I's, of course.
At least tell me the
Have you
letter's
heard-
actually black, too.
Have you heard back from Gala at all?
I have not, no. She's been gone most of the day.
Alright then.
Why? You worried about her?
Oh, absolutely not.
That's what to say, uncharacteristic of you.
Oh no, I'm just more worried about my things.
If she was going to sell your things in the black market and take the cut and run, you know she would have done that ages ago.
Oh, absolutely. No doubt about that. I'm just more concerned if she found anything at the home.
I have not heard from her yet.
Very good. He's gonna immediately take a drink.
Okay. As you do that, I will say, about how long is everybody planning to spend at the library?
Well, now that I am talking to Ferris and we're in the neck of it, in the deep of it, discussing the new campaign, forever.
Okay.
And so I'm told that we have to go, but like that's.
It's very much that when I see people like, oh, okay, they're done. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I will say, Cordelia, you have just been absorbed in this book as you just kind of read like story after story. Some of them kind of like one-page tales, others kind of like spanning like maybe like a couple chapters. As you're just like engrossed in like these tales of you know, psychological horror and like people seeing things that they cannot comprehend, hearing voices, finding like just like this like complete anthology of just horror written together, and it all always ends the same way, and that being under the watchful eyes of the Night Mother.
Nice.
So you just kind of like feel like this cold, like slithering sensation like up your back each time you finish reading those words. And sometimes you just can't help but think back to your time that you spent in that temple, and a few of the words that were said to you by that priestess. As I'll say, Xavier would have gone. I'll say he would have found Hawk first, sitting there. Would you have been contemplating the whole time, Hawk?
He probably would have eventually, like, tried to flip through some of the books that he'd pulled.
Okay.
But he's just been mostly distracted because he just... Whatever happened isn't sitting well with him, but he's like... But it wasn't weird enough for him to, like, go raise hell and get everybody else all stirred up about it. He's like,
Okay.
Maybe it was just me. Maybe... I don't know. But he's gonna be sitting, like, he'll have the bracelet in his hand, though, like, worrying it, like... He doesn't want to let go of it, because he's like, I have no idea what this is or why they gave it to me. But it's like, he's hanging on to it because it's like his only thing keeping him from thinking he's, like, losing it. Like,
Right.
It's something he can physically hold on to, like, okay, no, that did happen. But I have no idea what's going on.
As you'll eventually get kind of nudged by Xavier, as you found yourself just kind of like absorbed in your thoughts. As he just kind of like pokes you on the shoulders, like, sorry, are you ready to go? And you see he kind of has like a couple books in his hands.
Oh, hey, yeah, we can go if you're ready.
Are you okay? Like, you look kind of confused. To level with you, I feel like I might be losing my mind. I could be wrong. Okay. I mean, I understand the feeling completely.
Hey, you wouldn't happen to be able to read Draconic, would you?
Oh, can he? That's a good question. Let me find out. What languages do you know, Xavier? Unfortunately, I cannot.
Oh.
I know Dwarvish, if that helps a little.
Not in this instance, but that is good to know.
Okay, I'm sorry that I can't help you.
No, apologize. I didn't know. I don't know that much about you.
I don't know if
it would.
anyone in this party. I don't know if anybody. I mean, I don't know anybody that well. I don't think my dad does.
Hey, come on. Greyson has a spell for that.
I mean, he can't. He's not fluent in it, but he probably has a spell or something for reading stuff. He likes to be He likes to be nosy sometimes.
That's right. I mean, yeah, I guess he is clever like that.
Yeah,
good
he's
point.
really smart.
Cool. So should we find?
Yeah. Which
Okay.
you'll go. You'll find Cordelia first. She's just been like completely like absorbed in this book. And Cordelia, at first you don't realize that you're being called out to until Xavier kind of like reaches out and like kind of like gently just shakes you. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to startle you if I did.
She'll go like that with her snakes. Fine.
Are you okay?
Is it time to go?
Yeah, it is. Are you wanting to get that? I mean, I could put it on my card. It's no problem.
Yes.
Okay.
And this one.
As you hand him a stack of books.
Do you need help?
No, I got it. It's okay. Where's your brother? That's right.
I don't know. She will immediately. First, she was gonna start climbing the the bookshelves, and then she's like, manners, and then she just started looking.
All right, roll me a. Well, since you're tracking, roll me a survival.
Nope, that's natural 1.
Oh,
Well then,
you need a total. That's a 3. You're just like I have no idea where he went. Everybody roll me up for Hawk and Cordelia. Roll me a perception. I'll say.
Oh, that was a natural 2023 for Hawk.
Nice, nice.
Mine is at 18.
18. Okay, you kind of you're like I have no idea where to start looking for my brother, and then you just kind of hear the faint sound of giggling. And you just follow that noise until you find a series of desks, and you see Tarsius and Ferris sitting at one as they're kind of sitting together, pored over this one book, reading together, and kind of talking to each other.
Do they?
I will say it looks cute as fuck.
Okay. Hawk's gonna be like, I don't without interrupting them. They look like they're having fun.
Tarsius just hunted up like, so you see this one time I was like, he had silver pants, but I changed them blue because I thought it would match the coat more. And then he turned out to be a really good BBG. He started yelling at people, "Get off my lawn!" Yeah, I also gave him a hunchback, and he kind of looked like this, and then I made it a little voice. Yeah.
He sounds adorable.
Yeah, he didn't like kids on his lawn.
Oh, did he have a cat or anything or?
Oh yeah, he did. And the players were all on their bipedal carts, and they had little baseball bats, and they were playing stickball on the other side, and one of the balls went over to the neighbor's yard, and his house was all spooky.
Oh, that sounds like fun. That sounds. I kind of want to run a game like that. Maybe a one shot or something.
Well, just totally right, and I'll join if you have room on the table. That is.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
I know you're really popular, and you have everybody asking you to play. So
I really don't.
What? No.
I mean, I have a couple of guys I hang out with, but that's about it. It's only
Okay.
2 people.
Oh, cool. That's 2 people is good. It's intimate. If you guys ever need a third, and I'm not fighting a dragon or something, I'll join.
I mean, I always feel like three players is a good balance.
Yeah. You have the
if
sneaky
you want
one,
to.
and you have the healer with the band-aids, and then you have the tough guy.
Yeah, the retired sports coach.
Yeah. He likes Snickers. I heard that in the new I heard that in the new version, if you give them chocolate, the retired coach gets happier points.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So eventually,
Also, I'm pretty mad because in a couple of days when the new Malta comes out, all about the universes and stuff, Kenkus don't have the mimicry option, and I think that's really weird that they took it away from them. That's a real thing that happened, and I don't know why they did that. Kenkus don't have mimicry anymore.
You already know my stance on that, so
Kenkus. That's what makes him cute.
I know, wild. So, as you all kind of watch this cute little moment happen, Sevi's just so who's gonna be the one to do it?
Not me. Not me.
Oh, quick, everybody, roll a deck save. Roll a deck save. Everybody, roll a deck save. If we're doing nose goes, that's a deck save in my book.
Yeah, that is 22 for me.
Oh. Plus.
Oh shit.
That's a 15 for Hawk.
Sevi rolled a natural 20, so that's a 19.
Oh.
Dang.
Oh. It's his own.
He's an older brother. He knows how this game works. The second that you say no, goes like immediately. He's just like, absolutely not. It's like I've been tricked into this game too many times by Sybil. So they just look at you, Hawk.
Well, forgive me, right?
Yeah, he seems like a nice guy.
Hawk's like, okay. And he'll just kind of like awkward, casually try to just kind of mosey on over to the table. And then just kind of like walking up like next to Tarsius' side of the table so as not to like weird out Ferris.
Okay.
Be like, hey, you look like you're having you're having fun.
Yeah, I found Ferris. She's gonna be our 5th for the Pentago cart because we're not on a bicycle anymore for a date.
It's not a date.
It's like, hi.
Hi, Ferris.
Hi, I'm Ferris. Who are you? And you are?
Hawk. You can call me Hawk.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Hawk.
Nice to meet you too. And he's gonna kind of like look down at the table, like houses and humans, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a game we play.
Yeah, do you want to play?
Cool.
It's really complicated sometimes, but like
I don't know the first thing about it.
Oh, the housekeeper will take care of all the rules. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, it depends on who you want, like what kind of like play style you want. I mean, but you know, it's just basic math and like you kind of like use your imagination to like make your character and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes, but rain check. Then that's why I can. I hate to be the bearer. I mean, I know you two are. You two. You're having fun. And enjoying spending time together. But it's the hour. I'm sure we still have like things to prepare and stuff before we set sail.
Okay.
I hate to break things up. I really do. But
okay. He's gonna sigh a little bit, stand up. Very surprised the chair didn't break on his weight, and kind of forgot that was something that he was scared of at the beginning. And he's gonna like grab her hands. Alright, I'm gonna go hang out with the Lord, who's a pirate, but who's not a pirate lord.
Okay.
And we're gonna go help the dragons and the cult. I'll be back. And if you have room in your game, I would like to play.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely.
Okay.
I'll see you when you get back.
And accidentally, his tail's gonna probably hit Hawk in the face a couple of times.
Nope.
Just going.
Wait, how long is your tail?
Yeah, bro.
He's like 8 feet tall.
Okay.
And so the tail is probably at least 4 feet.
Okay.
And Hawk, you're like 6 foot something.
Yeah. Like 6'2". No, he's probably like. Oh, okay.
It's a great day, and he doesn't know how things going.
Okay.
All right. I'll see you later.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, bye. And then
Bye.
he's gonna walk away, and then like turn back, like bye, and then
Bye.
keep going.
Okay, as you all make your way out, Zeve checks out the appropriate books that you all want to take home with you for the allotted time. And you make your way back to Tabin's Chateau, where I'll say it'll be about reaching 5 o'clock at this point. As you all come back, find Tabin just kind of sitting in the sitting room with a book. You'll see Phoebus also sitting in his lap, trying to read the book that he's reading, but just like you see that he's like trying to like figure out the words themselves. As Greyson, what would you be doing at this moment?
Bugging Dis, probably.
Oh, fair. Fair. As would you be in the sitting room as well, or would you just be doing this privately?
I'll probably be in the sitting room.
Oh, okay. So you'll just be teasing your husband as he just kind of like, just every so often just kind of like shoves you back with his hand, just like enough. It's like don't fucking touch me. So, as you all kind of arrive back, Tavin kind of like closes his book. He was just like, "Oh, but I was getting to the best part."
Read yet?
Just pats him on the head. Just like, "Oh well, welcome back. The dinner will be put together in a little bit if you're all peckish." And as he looks like he's about to say something more, but his footman immediately kind of like brushes past you all as he arrives with like a notice in his hand, and he hands it to Tavin. Tavin opens it and he reads it, and his brows just kind of like furrow a moment as he kind of like closes it back, and he looks to you, Greyson. It seems that a council meeting has been summoned.
Why?
Just now. It's an emergency, apparently.
To dress up.
I do whatever you want. You're the lord of the estate. I know for a fact that whatever I say, you don't take into account.
It's not true. I listened to it. It's just whether or not I want to follow through with it is all.
As he just kind of like stares at you.
Well, tell me.
And he'll hand you the letter, just like kind of like hold it out to you.
Read it.
Okay, you take it and you read it, and it is an official summons from the Castle of Waterdeep for essentially for the Lord of the Estate to attend a kind of an impromptu meeting. As the details aren't really there's not really much detail to it other than it is requesting your attendance, but it is requesting your attendance at the behest of, and you will see a familiar name on there. That belonging to Otari, the silver dragon that said that they would be meeting with you in Waterdeep to amend some things.
Oh, is that the one that he talked to about Gregor with?
No, that was Tazmikella. Atari is the one that is demanding reparations from the dwarves.
Not grandfather's booty call. Got it.
Fair.
God. Okay.
Okay.
Is it just for Grey?
It's, for the most part, it is addressed to you, Greyson. But from the looks of it, it seems to be requesting anybody who has a seat on the council.
The party technically have a seat? Or
technically, technically you have a seat.
Yeah.
And as you know, in these meetings, sometimes you can bring a +1 to those meetings.
Do you want to go to a noble event and really scare the hell out of people?
Are you telling that to Dis?
Yes.
Do I have to wear a shirt?
No.
Fuck it, let's go.
You're supposed to wear a shirt, but I know how you like to scare people.
I do like to make people uncomfortable.
Sounds like a date.
Alright. And then I know Chadington technically has a chair. But since he currently is in transit, they have been accepting Tarsius and Cordelia as acting chairs.
Yeah, we can go.
Yeah. And now look at that. You each can have a +1, and you've got a patience and a hawk. Look at that.
Okay, cool.
It's crazy how that works. So, as you all kind of decide that, yeah, we're going to attend this meeting because, this looks like something that we got to do, we will leave it here for the night and pick it up again in 2 weeks to see what kind of mess we're getting into next. As you all prepare for a journey north, also the potential of having to rescue a wizard from a tower that has the blue dragon mask. Meeting with a liaison of Fae at some point, and finding out where the hell Tataric is skulking around, as you still have yet to hear from Gala. So, we will see you all in 2 weeks. Thanks for watching, guys, and bye.
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 Bye.